Project Iceworm, the frozen arsenal beneath the ice. Camp Century, Greenland, January 12, 1962, 0400 hours. The wind screamed across the icy tundra, but below the surface, in a maze of glowing corridors lit by buzzing fluorescence, America's Cold War shadow army was wide awake. A red phone rang. Two men in parkas glanced at each other. The screen lit up with coordinates. From Washington, D.C. Another test. Another silent weapon under the ice. This was not the science base the world had been told about. This was Project Iceworm, the Cold War's most audacious underground operation. The official story. In 1959, the U.S. Army Corps of Engineers constructed Camp Century in northwest Greenland, under the cover of polar scientific research. Built within the Greenland ice sheet, Camp Century was powered by a portable nuclear reactor, a marvel for its time. Officially, it was an experiment in Arctic engineering, a stepping stone for survival in extreme conditions. But unofficially, it was a weapons deployment test site for something far more dangerous, the secret directive Iceworm. Behind the scenes, the Pentagon had another vision. Project Iceworm aimed to build a network of nuclear missile silos under Greenland's ice, create a 3,000-mile tunnel grid capable of launching 600 ICBMs, keep the missiles mobile and hidden from Soviet satellites, strike from the unlikeliest location, beneath the ice. The Cold War was heating up. If Moscow launched first, the U.S. would respond from under the Earth itself through ice. The subglacial labyrinth. From 1960 to 1963, Camp Century expanded. 21 tunnels, stretching more than a mile. Living quarters, laboratories, communication hubs. A missile command room hidden behind a false supply depot. The engineers called it the Ice City. The brass called it a buried sword. ICBM launch modules nicknamed Glacier Teeth were tested using dummy payloads. Sensors embedded in the ice tracked Soviet sonar and seismic activity from across the Atlantic. Unforeseen threats, but the ice had its own secrets. Within 18 months, engineers noticed something alarming. The ice moved, structures buckled. Cracks formed around power conduits. Subsurface radiation readings began to spike in ghost zones, locations where no reactor had ever been tested. One day, an entire subtunnel, Tunnel 14, collapsed with 3 men inside. They were never found. The ice had swallowed them. The Danish dilemma. All of this violated Denmark's policies. Greenland, a Danish territory, had forbidden nuclear weapons. So Iceworm was hidden not just from the world but from its host nation. But in 1962, Danish intelligence began asking questions. So did the Soviets, and Camp Century was becoming unstable. The U.S. realized the secret couldn't be kept or sustained much longer. By 1966, the portable reactor was dismantled. The base was abandoned. Project Iceworm was officially canceled, or so they said. The hidden legacy declassified documents in 1997 finally confirmed Iceworm's existence, but only parts. What they didn't mention: a second facility, Camp Nova, 200 miles northeast. Sealed crates marked, HARP active, do not disturb, found in 1991. Seismic signatures under Greenland that mimic tunnel boring machines. Some say remnants of Iceworm still exist, staffed by black budget personnel, connected to deep Earth monitoring stations tied to Project Stargate and Operation Looking Glass. And the ice, it's melting now. Satellite imagery since 2016 shows metallic glints beneath the melt zones. The Pentagon denies any link, but military flights to Thule Air Base have increased, particularly at night. Epilogue, Greenland Melt Zone Echo Tower, 2023. A Norwegian drone captures a structure octagonal, blackened, partially collapsed, sticking out of glacial runoff. It is quickly quarantined by U.S. military forces. The footage disappears from the cloud. The last transmission from the drone pilot is a single voice, distorted and in English. Camp Century never died. It evolved.